Okay, today I'm going to be changing the diff oil in my car. Now the most important thing to do before you start anything is check your manufacturer's manual. Just to make sure you get the right oil. You can see there's a few diffs here. You need to know which one yours is. Now I know mine is going to be limited slip because I had the police package. So it does come the limited slip differential. So just make sure you go for the correct oil. SAE90EP FM2C. That's what this stuff is here. Right from the shop. It should say on the back there. Ford FM2C. So yeah, that's the oil. So on top of that, you want something you can catch your oil in. Now this one has a capacity of 1.5 litres, so this should be fine. And also a couple of rags to mop up any spilt grease or oil, because it is messy stuff and it stinks. And one car. And of course, it's a bit bright glary under there. One diff. Get that changed out. Alright, so we're at the diff now, and as you can see there's one huge filler plug on there. Now you'll notice the drain plug just there. Now the really important next step is make sure you can undo that plug up there before you open the drain plug. The reason being, if you drain the oil and you can't get it open, you're fucked pretty much. So big shifter, bit of or a socket even, whatever's easy for you. Give it a good swing and off she comes. She might be a little bit stuck, but it'll come off. You just want to be careful not to round the bolt. Now I know this is full up to that level inside there, so I'm just going to have that open there, just carefully. Alright, so the filler plug's out, as you can see. Put that down there. And the correct oil level for this is when your vehicle's sat on level ground. Use your finger as a dipstick and just put your finger in there. As you can see, there's oil in there. Ooh, it stinks. Horrible stuff, it really does stink. Yeah, so the only other thing you need to worry about is the type of diff you got. Normally they'll have some kind of metal plates along here, and that just identifies what type of diff you have. But mine's a fuck awkward one, Ford, no doubt. And yeah, there's no ID tag on it whatsoever. So there is always a risk of putting the wrong oil in your diff if you don't know what type of diff you have. It's always worth doing a bit of research and find out which one you have. Okay, I'll show you how to drain the oil. Alright, now we're onto the drain plug. This is 13mm spark. Make sure you put that catch bucket under there, because this stuff makes a mess. You don't want to explain to the missus what that horrible greasy patch is on the ground in the garage. It's kind of thick stuff, it isn't all flying out, but still want to take precautions as to where it's going to land. I do have some paper towels, but not cause a mess. There you go. There she goes. Alright, we're coming to the end of the drain. You can see all the bubbles in there. I've just taken this for a run down to the shops just to grab the oil before this video. So that's just air from the churning of the oil inside the diff. Looks fairly clear and clean. I can't see any metal shards actually. That's always a good sign. You'll always find a few because, as you can understand, the amount of strain and stress the diff is under. The whole idea of the oil is just to provide lubrication and to trap in suspension these little metal particles that come off the crown and pinion wheels inside there. Obviously I'd be very worried if your oil came out silver or resembling mercury almost. I don't think that's just an exaggeration, you know what I mean. Sometimes inside these housings as well is actually like a little magnet inside, just a bit like your auto tranny, and that holds onto metal shards. So if you need to remove the back plate off your diff, if it doesn't have a drain plug, then do so. And if you see that, clean it off, give it a good clean out inside there, and put a new gasket on there, or use RTV as a gasket. Yeah, it's just like there, but is that now? The blue stuff you're wondering is just like the thread lock that Ford placed in when it was first put into production. And it looks fairly clean. Probably see in there, I think. What is in there? Let's see, it's got bubbles and things. Try to get a good view with the camera. It's all dirty in there, isn't it? Alright, now we've got the old gear oil out. It's time to put the new stuff in. I've transferred this into a little dispenser to make things a little easier for myself. Alright, it's now time to fill the gearbox. Now I dispensed some of that new oil into a smaller container, which is a pump, which will help me transfer it into the diff. Put you in there, and all there's left to do now is just pump away. Okay, she's full now. Just about a safe level of oil inside there. Yep, so she's full.